welcome back once again. As we earlier said, we're going to be talking about the different means taken by the government lately. Of course, in addition to the ratification of that has been taken years ago, the ratification of investment laws, and also the update and upgrade of the investment law, and the one-stop shop, and everything that is being done in the government's hands to be able to enhance, empower and support foreign and domestic investment. Of course, we have taken a leap, and today we're harvesting the fruits of all the efforts that has been taken more than 10 years back. Very delighted to be having with us live over the phone Dr. Youmn Hamaki, Professor of Economy. Good morning, Dr. Youmn.
Good morning.
How are you? So, talking about the steps taken by the government, of course, assessing the steps, we could take hours and hours. We have taken years to be able to reach. We've taken years to be able to reach where we are now. How do you assess the former stage and the procedures taken by the government to empower investment?
Yes, indeed. Actually, you know, we know quite well that Egypt is in deep need nowadays for economic reform. Foreign direct investment can play a significant role in such economic reform, in transferring technology and upgrading skills, and you know, linking Egypt to penetrate international markets. From here it comes the importance to attract foreign direct investment, taking into consideration that according to our studies as economists, Egypt is full of potentialities of very profitable projects. We have mineral resources are not exploited yet and can be exploited properly and economically, and this is encourage more and more investment all over Egypt, taking into consideration the infrastructures that have been done during the last period. We have the value chains. Our value chains regarding the industrial sector still need a lot of product to be filled in. And all this, you know, are required in the market, as well as Egypt is having economic integration with several areas, regional areas like the African continent. We have a partnership with European countries as well as with Arabic countries. So Egypt can play a significant role towards having more investment. And if we add the geopolitical conflicts and the trade wars that are happening nowadays, this is gaining Egypt more importance for attracting investment. From here it comes that one of the main, you know, challenge for the Minister of Investment, how to ease and to enhance the environment for investment during the last period. And I think the methodology that has been used by Minister of Investment is to refer to the Doing Business Index and try to find out what are the obstacles that you know, confront foreign investors. On top of them, we're dealing with taxes and dealing with customs. And regarding dealing with customs, you know, it takes a long time in order to get your product from different ports in Egypt. And when the minister and his team, they studied the reasons behind that, they found that the main reason is regarding vacancies in the customs, and actually he tried to fix this problem, and nowadays he succeeded to reduce number of days you know, spent in order to take your products from ports of Egypt. This can be regarded as a very important, you know, step to be taken to attract investment. And actually, what we need in Egypt is to follow the feedback of investors, to how extent these steps have been, you know, done quite well for the environment of investment. Besides, the other obstacle was dealing with taxes, and I believe nowadays the Minister of Finance is exerting good efforts in order to facilitate the procedures, in order to encourage, business to find ways for complex and not to put a very high burden on them regarding paying their taxes. So these are some of the actions that have been taken in order to facilitate the environment of investment. Still others that we need specific actions and to exert more effort in order to enhance the environment of investment, I believe, and according to our studies, we need to enhance the productivity of labor, to upgrade skills, and the government is concentrating on upgrading technical schools, the capabilities of technical schools. This is a very important step in coordination with the private sector, but still we have a lot of potentialities to upgrade the productivity of labor in Egypt. We have training centers all over Egypt, and they are quite equipped with all equipment necessary for doing the right training for our workers for use. Still, these efforts need to be harmonized, to be activated, to be energized more, to be linked to the technical schools, the universities, so that we can increase the number of trainees and of youth to be capable to fulfill the requirement of the labor market. So I believe this can be regarded as a very big challenge to attract investment, and if we put on top of that information technology and artificial intelligence that become essential nowadays, and actually artificial intelligence is nowadays, confusing all countries of the world regarding the size of investment, and it facilitates to a large extent all types of business. And from here it comes that Egypt started to take care of enhancing the capabilities, and multinationals, some multinationals nowadays, they prefer to have Egypt as a center for them, for the area of Africa and Arab countries and the Middle East. All these efforts need, some connections among or between the government and the civil society. Still, we need more efforts to be exerted, but I believe that the road map is quite clear for us what should be done, and what we need to specify roles and responsibilities for each of what I have mentioned, so that to follow up, to monitor and evaluate to how extent these activities are conducing us to what we need.
Right. When we talk about economic status now worldwide, situation is not really that amicable, and there are lots of declines in the lines or graphics of economic growth with world powers, and also with different countries due to the crisis everywhere. But actually there are factors besides the investment laws and the economic reform programs and all that that encourage economy and encourage and invite foreign investment. Factors like the national security, factors like the respecting the rules, economic rules that would stand up to the climate change, like the rules that would provide green economy, providing a network of very good smart infrastructure. We have President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was smart enough ever since he stepped into office, and he was keen on developing all those projects and putting them at the priority of his list before updating or before effecting an economic reform program. And he was criticized by people. So how do you assess the program that was effected by the president to be able to open the gates for investment?
I think, infrastructure can be regarded as very important prerequisite in order to, enhance the capabilities of any economy. And we all know that some or most of African countries, they don't have such infrastructure, and they suffer from not being able to achieve, the ambitious economic progress. From here it comes that the last period that has been concentrated on building infrastructure in Egypt and developing infrastructure in Egypt is quite important. But without a visionary approach, without activating all the civil society ministries, the harmonization and coordination between the two sides, without doing that properly enough, without concentrating on the boosters of the Egyptian economy. I will give you some example of that, some like the SMEs. For any economy, SMEs can be regarded as a vehicle of growth, and it's not only enhancing the economic growth and possibilities of exportation, but besides it helps a lot to achieve a better income distribution, enhance income of youth, and increasing GDP growth. And still in Egypt, we need a lot of efforts to be done to activate the role of SMEs in the economy. We have a shortage in our value chain in different industries, so that we refer to importation in order to fulfill this demand. So if we can succeed to activate the role of SMEs in feeding industries, this can play a significant role to enhance the economic situation in Egypt. As I have just mentioned, upgrading skills of labor, the educational system in Egypt, it's not well enough to have a graduate as entrepreneur from one perspective, from another to be recruited. So we have this gap. We're still talking about the gap between the output of educational system and the requirement in the labor market. So from here it comes, these are the challenges and the priorities. So the capability of decision makers to specify priorities, first of all, and then to direct resources and having a quite good action plan and monitoring the implementation and specifying roles and responsibilities. I kept saying that for more than 15 years. We don't have to talk and just having strategies without being able to implement it in reality. So this is what we lack in Egypt, how to implement what we are putting as strategies and action plans, and how to monitor and how to make people responsible, accountable for these strategies and action plan, so that we can achieve a result. We need a results-based management, because, we don't afford trial and error. We have a lot of resources. We have a strategic moment nowadays, a turning point for the Egyptian economy, because we have everything to be able to change our situation, to be integrated into the world economy, but still from institutional point of view, from decision making, from capability of implementation, still needs a lot of effort and, action plan, quite clear action plan, and a system of monitoring and evaluation.
Right. Also, observing the situation, because economy is not only related to only one piece of the world or one spot of the world, but it's related to international circumstances. And that's why the political administration have made its plans to be able to divert its focus over places in Africa that is very promising for the future economically, and that other countries also are seeking. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has, through soft diplomacy and the foreign diplomacy, also been focusing on visiting African countries, striking economic agreements and seeking partnerships, actually because we are a very good market to Africa. This hasn't been in the mind of former leaders and even world leaders. Not everybody is thinking about the best places to invest in right now, because this is in its own right should be taken in consideration. Before you invest in one country, you should think of the future of how this investment is going to prosper.
Yes, I agree with you, and you know, Africa is important for all countries of the world. And you know, during the presidency of Egypt for the African Union, Egypt managed to have a strategic, you know, vision regarding how to enhance the economic, political, and social situation in Egypt, a complete strategy and visionary approach besides the vision or within the visionary approach of Africa 2063. You know, this strategy includes, you know, peace, because we have problems in Africa regarding peace and security. So what are the requirements for peace and security? For Egypt, Africa is quite important because, you know, in order to enhance trade, to enhance investment, intra-trade, intra-investment. And nowadays we are approaching having a complete free trade area among the African countries. And this free trade area we are preparing as African countries nowadays regarding rules of origin, how to coordinate our economic policies, how to coordinate our institutional background, so that to be able to move forward towards a better intra-investment and intra-trade. Still, we have challenges because African countries used to just export raw materials and import manufactured product. And Africa is full of mineral resources and natural resources that are exploited by multinationals against the interest of the people. And from here it comes that industrialization is becoming a sole way for Africa to activate the economy from one perspective, from another to find opportunities of job for youth. The highest rate of unemployment is in Africa, the highest rate of poverty in Africa. The participation of women still, you know, we have the phenomenon of feminization of poverty in Africa. So we need to exert more effort as African countries.
On this note, of course, Dr. Youmn Hamaki, a professor of economy, would like to thank you talking to us on the Breakfast Show, and you have a very good day. We're going to go to a short break and we'll come to continue the show, so stay with us.